I don't know.
Yeah, I saw you dealing it from the bottom.
Hello again, this is Don O'Malley with Don's Breakfast Cereal Show, and once again we have another double feature with Buck Jones. We have Arizona Bound, followed by Below the Border. Buck Jones with the Rough Riders. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll be back.
If you don't stop whittling, you won't have enough dogs left to walk on.
It all comes from wearing boots. That's my theory. If the dumb race hadn't never took to wearing leather on the feet, warts and corns and bunions and them things would just never happen, that's all.
Is there anything more beautiful than an Arizona night?
Yeah, feet that don't hurt.
Bunyan, you know something?
Huh?
I should have bought this place a long time ago and settled down. This is a life.
You make me sick. You know darn well if Bat Madison sent for you to tote your guns again for your Uncle Sam, you'd get out of this place so doggone quick they couldn't see you for dust.
That's just where you're wrong this time, Bunyan. I've hung my guns up for good. No more manhunting for me. Bat Madison knows that, too. We understand each other.
Telegram for you, Buck. Joe asked me to bring it out. Said it's important.
Thanks, Slim.
Bad news. Anybody dead?
Not yet.
Ain't nothing happened to that stock coming out in Fort Worth, is there? Oh, well, so that's it, huh? Well, and now that you've quit for good, all you gotta do is just tell him so.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough thing to do to a pal like Madison.
But Mesa City, well, that's nothing but a little, just a gopher hole in the desert.
Yeah, and one of the toughest gopher holes in Arizona. Something must have happened to have Bat send me a wire like that. Have one of the men saddle my horse, will you? And Bunyan, tell Gus not to expect that stock. I'll pick it up in Mesa.
What'd I tell you? All you gotta do is get a wire from Bat Madison and you're skinning out of here just as fast as lightning.
Oh, button your lip, will you? Do like I told you.
Ruth Masters!
Hello, Aunt Miranda.
Working on Sunday. What this place has done to you.
The United States Mail in Wells Fargo doesn't wait for Sunday or any other day.
Well, I'm telling you right now, if that sweetheart of yours succeeds in getting the stage through this time, I'm taking the next one out of this heathen hole.
Joe's got to get it through, Aunt Miranda. He's just got to.
Oh, why your father ever left Kansas City and civilization to come out here and be killed by those thieving barbarians, I'll never understand.
Well, Steve, it looks like that stagecoach line is practically yours.
Yep, that's how to finish it up.
Joe, better get somebody.
Too bad about young Joe. He got hit in the shoulder.
I heard about it. Say, Taggert, don't look like we're going to get into shipments out of here now.
Don't worry about it. We'll have a stage going out of here in no time.
Hope you're right. Boss will be happy with that load.
Get it?
Sure, it's a good one, too.
Well, that's fine. And they're going to get bigger and better now that Miss Masters can't get any more drivers.
But what I can't understand is what you want that stage line, Steve. We're doing all right, ain't we?
Not good enough. That stage makes a lot more towns up ahead, with shipments coming out of all those districts. When I take over, we'll let this town rest a while and operate on the others.
Say, that's great.
You sure got them figured out, boss.
Come on, boys, the drinks are on the house. Give the boys a drink.
Hey, look who's here. Roberts.
Howdy, Buck.
Howdy.
Long time no see.
That's right.
Last time we were together, we were holding hands, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. You were handcuffed to me.
Yeah. You still pushing the law?
No, quit a year ago.
No.
Yeah. Just dropped in here to pick up some cattle they're delivering.
I'm glad to hear it. Because the law hasn't been so lucky around here lately.
It looks kind of peaceful to me.
Well, we serve sarsaparilla for those who like it peaceful.
What do you say we have one?
Why not? Give him sarsaparilla. I never forget what my friends drink.
Still got that $50 with the two heads on it?
You don't forget much either, do you?
Nothing I want to remember.
Well, here's hoping you pick up that cattle with no casualties.
I will. I'll be seeing you around.
Sure, I'm always here. Hello, stranger. Looking for somebody?
Oh, nobody in particular. I was just surprised that a place like this would keep open on Sunday.
Hey, fellas, a sky pilot. What do you want us to do, preacher? Sing?
Well, I think that might be a very good idea.
Well, we'll sing for you. We got a lot of good singers here. But before we do, supposing you do a little dance for us. Put away that gun.
Now, you suggested I do a little singing. Suppose you fellas join in a song. Get over to that piano, all of you. You two. Come on, bartender, join the choir. Put away that gun. Now let's hear your dulcet tones.
Who, me?
You.
Oh, wait a minute, Parson. Come into the back room. I've got a proposition to make you.
Sure, go ahead. I'll be in a minute. Now let's hear you play Bury Me Not on the Lone Prairie, and all the boys are going to join in the singing.
I don't know it.
Stop singing, will be buried on the lone prairie.
Well, you certainly got those boys lined up, all right.
A little singing will be good for them.
I don't like it.
No, why?
Because I don't like preachers. And we don't want any preachers here in Mesa City.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll flip your coin. Heads I win, tails you win. If you win, I'll build you the finest church in Arizona. If you lose, you get out of town pronto.
Well, I never liked gambling with coins, but tell you what I'll do with you. I'll play you a hand of poker under the same conditions.
A preacher playing poker?
Well, why not when there's a church at stake?
All right.
So you think it's funny making people sing,
Cut it out, Red. Get me a deck of cards. You'll find them in there. These the ones? Yeah. What'll it be? Stud or draw?
Draw's agreeable to me. Just a moment. Suppose we cut for deal.
King.
Ace. My lucky day.
Say, that preacher fella, he sure made them cow hardings sing, didn't he? Kind of sour, though.
You wasn't doing so bad yourself. What'll you have?
Well, I'll have the same as what he was drinking. Say, he wasn't doing much singing. Who is that Lily?
Lily? You better not let him hear you say that.
Why not?
He used to be United States Marshal.
No.
Yeah, I heard him tell Taggert he's ranching now.
United States Marshal. Tough?
Tough. One of the toughest in the state. Mm-hmm. I remember about 5 years ago. Don't ever be around when he starts chewing gum. Habit of his when he's mad.
Chews gum when he gets mad? I never heard of... What is that stuff?
Well, that's what you ordered, sarsaparilla.
Give me a beer.
Here.
Say, what is that feller's name?
Buck Roberts.
Roberts? Say, that's the fella that I got some cattle for.
Not so fast. We don't give credit to strangers.
Hey, who's asking for credit?
He's gonna lose a franchise, sure. Wells Fargo can't stand losing all that gold.
Sure, you know, I'm afraid to ship anything on it now, you know? It was plumb foolish of her to try to run that line after her old man was killed.
Why, that woman ain't got a chance in a town like this. Say, when does the next stage leave? Well, that's hard to tell, considering the way they're killing off the drivers with holdups.
Yep. The last one just came in with a bullet in his shoulder.
Yeah, I saw it when I rode into town. Who are those men in there? Well, a committee of miners. They're worried about getting their gold out of here. I know it sounds like a lot of questions, but who's the lady? She runs the stage line now. Thanks.
How's the boy?
The doc says he'll be all right. But he's hurt pretty bad in the left shoulder.
And they got the gold, didn't they?
Yes.
You know, Miss Ruth, we all liked your father. Was powerful glad to do business with him. Fact is, it was Rogers here that got the Wells Fargo franchise for him in the first place.
Yes, I know. And I know what you're trying to say, Mr. Hart. You've got to get your gold out, and I haven't been able to do it.
Oh, we don't blame you, Miss Ruth.
The fact is, well, Ruth, Steve Taggert mentioned that Hart here could guarantee delivery. If we'd support him by recommending that Wells Fargo would turn over the Border Cities franchise to him.
But how can Taggert get drivers when I can't get it?
By bringing some men in from out of the state, with the idea of sending some armed men to stop these holdups.
And you've got to admit, Miss Ruth, that his money and power can supply that kind of protection.
Yes, he has. Well, what are you going to do?
Well, I reckon we'll have to wait and listen to what Taggart's got to say.
And in the meantime, we'll have to hold up the shipments. We can't afford to take any more chances, even with the ones going out tomorrow.
I understand. And thanks for telling me.
Oh, that's all right, Miss Ruth. And if we can help you at any time, why, just let us know.
Thanks. How do you do?
How do you do, miss? I happened to see the stage when it drove in with that wounded boy. If you don't mind, I'd like to have a talk with him.
I've never seen you in Mesa City before.
You're right. My name's Roberts. I rode in from a ranch to pick up some cattle here. And I think I can help you if I can just get to talk with that boy.
Help me? I don't understand.
I heard what those miners said while they were in here. And it looks like you're in a jam.
Yes, it looks like I'm going to lose my franchise.
It may not be as bad as all of that. You see, I have a few friends with the Wells Fargo Company, and I wish you wouldn't mention that until I have a talk with the boy.
Well, that's awfully nice of you, Mr. Roberts. If you wait until I make a report on that holdup, I'll be glad to take you over.
Thank you.
Well, looks like I've got you this time, preacher. 4 kings. I'm afraid they're not good enough. 4 aces. Hey, I don't get this. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll play you one more hand, double or nothing.
Oh, no. We'll start building that church Monday.
Say, how did he get them 4 aces?
I don't know. And it was a marked deck, too.
You better keep an eye on that, hombre.
Never mind about him. What became of Buck Roberts? He's the one I'm worried about.
He left a little while ago.
Well, find him. And don't let him out of your sight. I want to know everything he does.
Parson,
Good day to you.
how'd you make out?
Well, I put some whiskers on a shaved deck and won a church for the community. They tell me there was a young fellow hurt badly in the stage holdup.
Yep.
Where'll I find him?
Reckon down at Miss Ruth.
And where's Miss Ruth?
Oh, I'll tell you. You'll go right down the road there. There's a great big rock, but don't
Never
stop
mind.
there.
We'll
keep
find
on a ball.
There's not much I can tell you. It all happened too quick.
You see, Mr. Roberts, it's the first time Joe ever took the stage out. All the other drivers were killed.
So nobody's ever seen any of these hold-up men? No. They're all masked. Most of them fired from behind the bushes. But I'm all right. I'm going to take that stage out again tomorrow.
Joe, you can't. Dr. Brown says you're not to budge out of this house, young man. Driving a stage with one hand. It's ridiculous.
I can do it. Miss Ruth, do you think you can get those miners to reconsider and ship that gold tomorrow?
Well, I might get the mail through, but they're worried about risking any more gold.
You've got to. If we can get just one shipment through, I'm sure we can save that franchise for you.
But how? I can't get any more drivers.
I'm driving. You're not. I'm driving.
You?
Sure, why not? I've driven stagecoaches all over this country. Well, I'm going with you. Oh, no, you're not. Not with that shoulder. I'm taking this out alone myself this time. Besides, this is going to be different.
Yes, how?
I'm going to take the shortcut to Eagle Rock Pass. Those outlaws won't be expecting that.
Well, that's an idea. You might get through that way.
Well, what about the mail? That's off the schedule, almost into Tucson.
Well, Uncle Sam will just have to take a vacation for a few days, that's all.
Well, I guess this is it.
I wonder who that can be. Somebody looking for somebody. Are you gentlemen looking for someone?
Does Miss Ruth live here?
Yes, she does.
Well, I'm looking for a feller called Buck Roberts. Is he here?
Yes, he's inside. Oh, I'm Miss Miranda Masters, Miss Ruth's aunt.
Well, I'm mighty happy to know you, Miss Miranda. My name's Hopkins, Sandy Hopkins. And this is Parson McCall.
A minister in this awful place?
I want to see that boy that got hurt on the stage, if I may.
He's inside. Do come in. We're just having tea.
Thank you.
Oh, Mr. Roberts, this is Mr. Hopkins. He's been looking for you.
You're the fella. I missed you every place in town. I got them critters over at the corral waiting for you. You recollect the parson, don't you?
Oh, yes. I rather enjoyed the singing this afternoon.
Yes, so did I. This is the young man who was injured, isn't it?
Indeed it is, Mr. McCall. It's outrageous, the killings and butcherings going on in this heathen place.
Miss Ruth, don't you think you'd better run along and see what you can do with those miners?
Yes. Excuse me, please.
How you feeling, young man? Fine, thanks. They haven't got me down yet, and they're not going to either.
Good. That's the spirit. Well, I guess I'll be moseying along. Oh, by the way, Mr.
Hopkins is the name.
Hopkins, I'm taking the stage out of here tomorrow, and I'll pay you well if you'll stay here and take care of the stock for me.
It's a deal.
Thank you.
Oh, Mr. Roberts, aren't you going to stay for tea?
Tea? No, thank you.
Well, you'll have tea, Parson.
The parson always has tea.
Joe?
Yes, thanks.
How about you, Mr. Hopkins?
Oh, oh, certain sure.
One lump or two?
Shish.
I gotta talk to you quick.
All right, come on.
I followed Roberts and the girl over to her house. He told her and that kid he'd take the stage out tomorrow if she could get the miners to ship their gold.
I thought so. Once a lawman, always one.
But he's not gonna go by the regular route. He's gonna take a shortcut through Eagle Rock Pass to fool us.
Oh, he is he? Well, this is just where his foot is going to slip. Red, we're going to lay these holdups right in his lap.
How?
Sit down, I'll tell you.
So you see, you've got to give me one more chance.
Well, if you say you've got this fella to drive for you, Miss Ruth, and you think there's a chance of getting through...
I know I will. Give me the gold shipment tomorrow. If I fail, then I'm through. Then you should accept Taggert's offer. But I know I won't. I can't.
Well, it's all right with me.
Here, too.
Thank you. You're real friends. My dad.
I hear you're taking the stage out tomorrow.
News travels fast around here.
I wouldn't try it if I were you, Buck.
Why not? I got business in Tucson. My horse needs a rest. Besides, I'm going to do someone a favor.
Roberts, you're lying.
You don't mean that, do you, Taggert?
And now, wait a minute. I just don't get it, that's all. Once a lawman, always a lawman. So I'm not falling for your reasons for taking out that stage.
No?
No. And there never was a town big enough to hold the two of us.
You're right. Just dropped in to tell you if you want to ship any gold, it'll get a safe ride.
Thanks for telling me.
Howdy, Parson. How's the boy with the wounded shoulder?
Oh, he's all right. Whoever took a shot at him just wasn't good enough. Well, Taggert, what arrangements have you made for building the church?
I'm not making any. Give us a drink.
You're not what?
I don't pay off when a man deals a crooked deck.
It happened to be your deck.
Yeah, but I saw you dealing it from the bottom.
Here, none of that, Parson. You keep out of this, Taggert. Now get up on your feet.
So you're a bad man, eh? A gunfighter. Well, I'll just give you the kind of a break you wouldn't have given me. I'm going to start counting. And when I reach 3, fill your hand and start shooting. 1, 2,
3.
I thought so. Well, Taggert, I want the money for that church tomorrow.
Of all the yellow dogs. Come on to the back room.
Any word from the miners?
Yes, I had a talk with them. They've agreed to send the gold down tonight, and you can pull out on schedule in the morning.
Oh, that's fine. I'll be ready.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts. I believe you understand how much this means to me.
I do. Don't you worry. Everything's going to be all right.
Joe, what are you doing here?
Telling you goodbye. Like that.
You're in no condition to make this trip, son.
I can still shoot. Here, take this.
How about it, miss?
I don't guess I'd want him any other way.
You mark it paid.
Good luck. Goodbye, Joe.
Bye. Yeah! Yeah!
It's ridiculous. Joe oughtn't to take such chances with his wounded arm.
Oh, I think he'll be all right with Mr. Roberts.
There's where we make our turn.
Yeah.
Relax that gun now and take it easy.
You three take cover there.
Steady, son. Attaboy.
What are you slowing him down for?
Oh, a little rough in here. I thought it'd be easier on your shoulders.
Yeah, I guess you're right, now that we're in the clear.
Stop right here. Stick 'em up or I'll thug you.
Hold it, kid. There's too many of them.
Hand it over to him. All right, boys. Get out of here. Thanks a lot, Buck. I'll see you later when you get rid of that monkey.
So you know these rats. You framed this just perfect, didn't you? You knew a shortcut. Yeah, and I could put the gun away now because we were in the clear. You'd slow down to make it easier on my shoulder.
Now, wait a minute, kid. You got this all wrong.
Shut up! I ought to kill you right now, but you'll look a lot better on the end of a rope. Turn him around and get back to town. And don't forget my finger's just itching to pull this trigger.
Do you know who you sent out with our gold shipments?
Why, what's the matter?
Do you recognize these sacks?
Why, yes, they're Wells Fargo. They're ours.
Yes, Taggert found him in Robert's saddlebags this morning.
I got suspicious of him when he walked into my place yesterday, so I had his saddlebags checked. This is what I found.
Miss Ruth, you sent that boy and our gold right into a trap. Here comes the stage.
Go on, get on out of here.
Joe, what happened?
You'll find out. Here's your bandit man. He knows where the gold is.
We know all about that.
Did the gang get all the stuff?
Yeah, I tried to stop him, but he grabbed my gun.
Red, take some men and lock them up until the citizens of this town decide what they want to do with them.
The citizens of this town know what they want to do with it. Come on, get going.
Give me that gun. Here, preacher. You look honest, you keep it.
Come on.
Well, Miss Masters, I guess this clears up a lot of things.
You know, I think I'll go down and have a talk with that young man.
I'm going with it, preacher. I'm going to try and get my money for them critters.
Don't look like it's been used recently.
No, not since the sheriff was shot 2 years ago, but it'll hold you.
You fellas wait out here.
Get in here. Well, you can cool off for a spell. Time hangs heavy on your hands, you can clean up a bit.
What are we waiting for? Yeah, you didn't lose any time.
Sounds like you're gonna have a right smart time at the end of a rope.
Don't you worry, you fellas. We got him safe, all right.
Where do you think you're going?
I want to see that fella and try and get my money.
What are you gonna do, Parson? Try and save him?
Maybe.
All right. Well, Robert, I'm surprised to see you corralled like this.
Look here, feller. You can't do this to me. You've got to pay me for them critters, or my boss down in Texas will string me up, too. Come on, have a heart and give me my money, will you?
You might as well. You can't take it with you. You two fellows seem to have a hard time getting it through your thick skulls that I didn't have anything to do with that holdup.
I ain't saying you did, and I ain't saying you didn't. But I am saying that you're a low-down lying skunk.
You'll eat them words someday, Waddy.
What? Give me that. I'll get something for what he owes me.
Ain't you gonna stick around for the necktie party?
No, sirree. I got some mighty important business to attend to.
You're not helping matters, trying to deny things backed up by so much proof.
What proof?
Plenty of proof. Especially those Wells Fargo bags that Taggert found in your saddle pockets.
That's a lie.
You don't expect him to admit it, do you, Parson?
Yes, I do. You know, a man wants to go before his maker with a clear conscience. Now, if you'll name the other members of your band, we can recover that gold. How about it, Robert?
I don't know anything about it. And if Taggert's got any Wells Fargo bags, why don't you ask him about it?
Those people mean business, Roberts. It'll go easier with you if you tell what you did with that gold.
You're just wasting your breath, Parson.
Oh, I guess you're right. Well, I did the best I could, gentlemen. Hold it! Keep your hands off your guns. That's not the man you want. That man's the United States Marshal. But he was right about Taggert. They switched boxes on that stage. Roberts told me the whole story. And if you'll come along with me, I'll show you where your gold is.
Roberts got away, didn't he?
United States Marshal Roberts got away. Let me show you something. There's your shipment.
Well, I thought the bandits got it.
Roberts switched the boxes last night. When Taggart's outfit held up that stage, all they got was a load of rocks.
When did you first find out that Roberts was a U.S. Marshal?
Oh, I knew him a long time ago, down in the southern part of the state.
Are you crazy? What's the idea of riding in here like this?
Oh, something's up, boss. We don't like it. We thought you might be needing help.
What do you mean, help?
Well, there was no gold in that box. Rocks.
I was right. That fella's no preacher. He's in cahoots with Robert. He's in the express office showing him the real gold right now. Robert switched boxes on you. It looks bad for us, Steve.
You two get down there and lay on that gold. The rest of you inside. We're going to have to shoot this out. Barricade that door, boys. Cover those windows. All right, Cap, get in there.
Taggart's the man you want. I've known him a long time, too. He's been trying to get me out of town ever since I came here.
And we better go have a talk with Mr. Taggert.
That's right. And he's waiting for you up at the saloon. Now keep your hands up and get out of here. All right, preacher. Make it snappy.
Get your men together and head for the saloon. And get these women off the street.
Ruth, take Miranda home.
Come on, Aunt Miranda. Come on.
All right, we'll give him one.
Hi, killer. You sure pulled that one out slick.
Well, got her done. Here's your pistol.
Thanks. Where's Tim?
Well, he ought to be along most any time. Here he comes.
Taggart and his outfit have barricaded themselves in the saloon and the express office. Townspeople are going to keep them under fire till we get there.
Well, looks like here's where the Rough Riders ride again.
Go. Well, cowboy.
Taggart's men are barricaded in the saloon and stage office. They've already got a couple of our boys. We can't get them out. We're getting low on ammunition.
What do you think we better do, Buck? Son, open that corral gate. Come on, Buck.
those guns and tear down that barricade. Now put your hands in the air. Walk out that door. Drop that gun. Now walk up the street. Get out. Hey, killer! Here's a bunch for you. Where's Tim? He's cleaning up the express office. Where's Taggert? In the back room. Take him. All right, keep it coming. Come on. Get here. Come out, Taggert.
You want me, Roberts? Come in and get me.
Well, let's load him in. The Marshal will meet us at the state line. All right, people. All right. Drive it in there. Come on, get a move on. Drive it in there. Now, take it easy, you fellas. Don't anyone try anything funny.
So, you're a United States Marshal, too. I didn't think you acted like a minister.
I never said I was a minister. The town pinned that moniker on me. You better get aboard, lady, if you're going to take this stage out of town, though.
Looks like this shipment's going through.
Well, if it don't, they'll always say we tried or found this and Taggert's of it. Put it aboard.
Have a nice time, Aunt Miranda.
Well, you can stay in this town if you want to. Not me.
Oh, you'll be back.
Watch your hooks. Get them all, Tim. They're all aboard.
I guess the whole town owes you an apology, Marshal.
Thanks.
You sure cleaned this town up fast.
Yes, I'm not finished yet. Get up on that coach. Go on, get up there.
But I don't understand.
Hey, what is this?
You will. I guess you two youngsters need a preacher worse than Mesa City does. You'll find I'm one up in Green River. A real one. Good luck to you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Hey,
Bye. Bye, Harry.
hey,
Well, there goes three fine fellers. Hi, Marshal. Hiya, Buck. Hi, Tim. Hi, Killer. I got a load of presents for the penitentiary, a bunch of gold in there for the mint, and a prospective bride and groom to see a sky pilot in Green River. Take good care of them, will you? Well, you got quite a load there. You're telling me. Well, I'll see you later, Buck. Okay, Marshal. See you later, Tim. Killer.
Now that that's settled, I'm going to tell you something. There I was, sitting in my hotel in Texas, just about to get hitched to the prettiest little widdy you ever set your eyes on. When I got that fool message of yours saying to meet you here in Mesa City. Thought you said we were through with this man-hunting business.
Well, we couldn't turn Bat Madison down, could we?
Of course we couldn't. I was tickled to death to get your message. You know, running a ranch like I've been doing up in Wyoming, a fellow's liable to get old-fashioned and settle down or something. Tell me, Buck, how you doing down this state?
Oh, fair to meddling. I wish you fellas would drop off for a little while and, sit around.
Not me. I'm heading for Texas.
And I'm heading for Wyoming. Well, so long, Rough Riders.
So long, Rough Riders.
So long, Rough Riders.
Rough Riders ride, beware. The Rough Riders ride, they care. They're the finest bunch of fighters in the land, chasing every rustler and guerrilla band. The Rough Riders watch the trail. The Rough Riders never fail. They keep law and order everywhere they go, without the fear of any foe. And it's always great to know they're on your side when those old Rough Riders ride. When the Rough Riders ride. Bunch of fighters in, chasing every rustler and guerrilla band. The Rough Riders watch the trail. The Rough Riders never fail. They keep law and order everywhere they go, without a fear of any foe. And it's always great to know they're on your side when those old Rough Riders ride. When the Rough Riders ride.
I think it best, Rosita, that we eat now before we reach the Badlands.
Yeah, in case we get held up, we won't have to fight on empty stomachs.
I beg your pardon. Your reference to the Badlands. You mean we're apt to run into trouble on this line?
Si, senor. There have been many holdups, rustling and smuggling at the border.
And murder, too. You see, senor, the old foreman of our rancho was killed by mistake by a United States Marshal in a gun battle with these desperados.
But they killed this Marshal Gordon, too, before he realized what he had done.
Well, that's too bad. I've known many marshals. I imagine this Marshal Gordon was quite a fine fellow.
Si, senor, he was. He was a good friend of my father's.
You are new to this border country, senor.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm new to this country. Oh, I beg your pardon. My name is Robbins, John Robbins. I have some business in Border City. Traveled a long ways from Washington.
Washington? We have but come from Washington, too, senor. We attended your president's ball to pay the respects of my father, Colonel Jose Garcia, who was too ill to attend.
You live on this side of the border?
Oh, no, senor. Our rancho de Garcia is in Encenditos, just across the border in Mexico.
I see.
Hola, Senor Joe. How are
Captain.
you? You are going across the border to meet Senoritas Rosita and Maria, eh?
Yeah, they're due on the next stage.
And how's Senor Garcia today? Better, I hope, Senor?
No, he's really not so well. But you know him, Captain. He'd never let Rosita know how sick. So what does he do? Makes me help him out of bed and into the patio so he'll be sitting up when she comes.
Si, Senor. It was a great shock to him when your father was killed. You are doing a fine job running the ranch in his place. But still, we must work together to bring these outlaws who have caused so much trouble to justice. You are keeping a sharp lookout at the rancho, see?
Oh, well, sure, you betcha. Well, I better shove off. Senorita Maria will chew my ears off if I'm not there when the stage pulls in.
And Rosita, you are going to marry her soon. Eh, amigo?
Well, I don't know about that. Anyway, it'll be swell to have her back. Well, see you later, Cap.
Adios.
Morning, Sheriff.
Hello, Scully. I just hacked up one of these in your saloon. Too doggone bad we couldn't have recognized at least one of those coyotes. Then we'd had his picture on it.
Yeah. Does that include my 1,000?
Mm-hmm. And the citizens surely appreciate such a large donation. Hiya, Sheriff. Hello, Joe. How's the Colonel? He's not so good. Oh, that's too bad. I'm going across the street and tack up one of these in Sam's chop house.
Put one up in my store, too. Might as well plaster the town with them. Maybe we'll get some action.
I'll do that.
Come on, I'll buy you a drink.
Oh, thanks. I've got to be on hand when that stage pulls in.
Come on, it won't be on time.
Why won't it?
Oh, with a new driver and guard and with women aboard, I just imagine they're taking it a little easy.
Wait a minute, Scully. You and Slade aren't forgetting that the Garcias are not to be molested in this deal.
Of course not. I was just thinking what a pompous old gal Senorita Marie is. She probably gave them orders not to bounce her mantee out of whack with a fast ride, outlaws or no outlaws. Come on.
Rosita, your jewels!
Stop.
They'll be killed if they do, senor. Faster, amigos. We will show these banditos.
Right smart of you, stranger, to offer no resistance. Maybe I have a lot of respect for fellows like you.
You are a coward for stopping, senor. Rosita!
Now, senorita, you can hand out the Garcia jewels.
Jewels? I do not know what you're talking about. We have no jewels.
No? Drag him out and search him.
Get out of here! Don't you dare touch me!
She has quite a temper. You'll save yourself a lot of trouble if you just reach in on the seat beside her.
Go in and get them.
You miserable dog! Give me back my jewels! Rosita will kill you!
All right, stranger. Now you can drive the women to Border City.
Thank you.
What a coward you are, senor, for helping them.
I'm awfully sorry about the jewels, lady, but it's the only thing I could do to save our lives.
Why, you...
You better get in.
Yeah. Yeah. Fine time of day to be mopping up. That should have been done this morning. You sloppy swamp. Why don't you look what you're doing? Try to give me a bath, will you? I suppose you start ducking. Now get down and wash that crummy face of yours. I wouldn't do that if I were you. What are you butting in for, stranger? What are you getting all riled up about for? That was just an accident. Accident nothing. You ought to know how to handle a mop by now. Well, some people are born to handle mops. Some aren't. Since you seem to know so much about it, just pick up that mop and show him how. Pick that up and start mopping.
Well, I swear, I've been a swamper for 30 years, but I always did declare a fellow was never too old to learn.
What's this all about? Who are you? Name's McCall. I'm a cattle buyer from Kansas. This fellow doesn't seem to think your swamper knows his business, so he's just showing him how to do the job.
So you're a cattle buyer, huh?
That's right.
My name's Scully. If you're looking for some good cattle deals, maybe I can help you out.
What's livestock selling for around your part of the country?
Oh, around $10, $12 a head. Supposing we have a drink and talk it over.
No, thanks. I'm more interested in a square meal right now. Where's a good place to eat around here?
There's old Sam's Chop House across the street.
I'll go over and put on the nose bag, and when I come back, I'll talk to you about that livestock. And in the meantime, you keep mopping.
You. Cut it out, Max. Come on, have a drink and cool off. And you get busy mopping.
Sure, boss. Sure.
Here comes a stage with a strange driver on. Must have been held up again.
Go, opponent. There's happened again. Look here, stranger. They ain't been a stagecoach through here for 2 weeks. Not since Marshal Gordon was killed.
It was terrible. They held us up. They killed the driver and the guard, and this stranger brought us in.
And you, senor, gave them my jewels.
Not the Garcia jewels.
Yes.
You'd have done the same thing, Sheriff. Their lives were in danger. Can't let our women get hurt.
Huh.
I'll talk to you later about this. I'll be around.
Why don't you arrest that man?
He can't leave town. I'll get my boys and see if I can't pick up the trail of the rest of those bandits.
Maria, look at that. Where's Joe? Joe!
Rosita,
Joe!
you're all right. They didn't hurt you.
No. But aren't you glad to see me?
Sure I am, honey, but... Maria, you're all right?
See, but I never had a worse experience. I told Jose we should have never taken Rosita's jewels, as you warned us, Joe.
Your father's waiting for you, honey.
How is Father, Joe?
Well, I think he'll feel a lot better when he sees you. Come on, the carriage is down the street.
What are you gawking at?
Oh, me? Oh, I was just trying to place that hombre that's driving that stage. Sure looks familiar. No, I can't spot him. But I will. I got a memory like an elephant. I never forget a face. No, sirree.
Yeah? Well, it ain't healthy to have too good a memory around here. Go on, get back to your work.
Yes, sirree.
Seems like it's getting to be a habit for strangers to drive our stage, huh?
Yeah, it seems to happen quite often. My name's Robbins, John Robbins.
Oh, how do you do? John Oh, yes. Fella left a horse here for you. It's been here for a couple of days.
Well, I could use one. If you got a place here, I can change clothes.
Sure, there's a room in the back.
Thanks. Kind of a big reward, isn't it?
Yeah. Ed Scully swelled it with $1,000. That's him over there now, talking to the Garcias.
Well, they better be going.
Bye.
Adios. Adios.
Thanks.
Just go right through that door there.
What about my flapjacks? Oh, yes, you know, flapjacks. I get kind of excited when there's so much sugar
My
going.
flapjacks.
Oh, yeah. Coming up right away, sir. Coming up right away. I'll get them for you. Thank you. you the fellow that brought in the stagecoach?
That's right. Yeah, I'd like to have a cup of coffee and some flapjacks. They look mighty good.
I'll bring them right up. They're coming right up. Coming right up, sir.
Someone found out the girl was carrying the Garcia jewels. Somebody from the Garcia ranch must have tipped them off. They're the most valuable jewels in all Mexico.
Somebody from the Garcia ranch, eh?
Yeah, and the girl also told me that Ted Gordon was killed on that ranch.
It's going to be a pleasure evening up that score for Ted.
Right. The killer's working in the saloon across the street.
I know it. I was over there a little while ago. Hasn't he got a job? Scully, the owner, seemed pretty interested when I told him I was a cattle buyer.
Joe, what's wrong? Something is troubling you. You're not yourself.
Yeah, I guess it's those jewels, honey. Look, Rosita, I don't think we should tell your father they were stolen. They mean so much to him because they were your mother's, and his mother's before her.
That has me worried, too. I'm afraid he could not stand the shock of losing them.
But how can we get them back, Joe?
I don't know, but don't even mention them. Not just yet, anyhow.
Rosita? Rosita? Is that you?
Si, Padre mio. I'll try to keep it from him. Padre mio!
Rosita, my child.
It is so good to be home again.
Maria!
Jose, you must be much better to venture outside like this. Nevertheless, Rosita, do not tire him with too much chatter. I'll see you later, Jose. If I don't get out of this dusty clothes, I shall suffocate.
You're still very ill, Father. I should have never left you.
And have the President of the big United States not meet the most beautiful senorita of all Mexico?
But it was you I should have thought about.
No, no. I shall soon be well again. Tell me, my child, what sort of an impression did you make with your mother's jewels?
In all Washington, there were not any so beautiful. I was very proud, Padre Neil.
But you did not bring them in with you, or has Maria?
But they're in the trunk. I thought they would be safer there.
Naturalmente. Bring them to me later, and we'll lock them away again.
Chico, take that trunk up to Rosita's room. If anyone asks for me, I've gone out to the back rancho to see how the boys are coming with that new fence.
That was Joe Collins. You see, he was raised on the place here. He looks after the place for the colonel. His father, he was foreman until the bandits got him. Say, you could deal with him.
Fine, thanks. Well, run along.
May see you again, stranger.
Right.
See, it is very nice in the American city. But there is no place like our rancho. Oh, I can hardly wait to get out of all this finery and on my caballo again.
And you will see how many fine new cattle we have.
See? And the market?
Joe says it will be very good. There will be plenty for all the buyers who come to the rancho.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Si, 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 si.
Hiya, Joe. Got this corral over in the gulch ready? We got to split that Garcia herd again. Make room for another Russell batch coming across tonight.
It's ready. Slade back in the cave. Well, is he?
Yeah.
Take a look at these things, fellas. Don't let them blind you.
Are they real?
Real. They're real enough to bring more money than we've ever seen. Now, you two go in and tell Scully I'll bring him across myself at midnight.
Joe Collins isn't going to like this, Slade.
He's in this deal up to his neck. He'll like anything Scully or I say.
Yeah, I guess he will.
Wait a minute. While you're across the line, tell Scott to double-check that stranger that was so quick to help us grab this stuff.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Neither do I. And I want to know more about that hombre, savvy?
Yeah, we get you. Come on, Gus. Hi, Joe. Wonder what's eating him.
I want those jewels, Slade. I want them right now.
Well, what are you talking about?
The deal I made with you and Scully was to use this ranch for Russell cattle in a hideout.
That's right.
It wasn't to rob the Garcias or molest them in any way.
Now, take it easy, kid. Cool off. You've got nothing to worry about. You didn't steal these jewels.
No, and I didn't have anything to do with your killing Marshal Gordon. And I don't believe my father did either.
That's not what Marshal Gordon would have shouted to the world if I hadn't bumped him off. The Marshal killed your old man because he was working with us.
Yeah, I know. That's the story you gave me to keep me on this spot. Protect my father's reputation. But whether he was in with you or not, I'm stepping out of this deal right now. Now hand over those jewels, and you and your gang get off of this range. This isn't going to get you anywhere, Slade. You can't use this ranch for a cover-up without me.
That's right. So you're going on just as you were, with nothing to do but keep the Colonel and his daughter from knowing what's going on around here. That is, unless you'd rather see them dead. And if that's the way you want it, I can handle that too. Now get out of here. And another thing, now that that girl is back, you keep her off of the range. I don't want her bumping into us. She's liable to get hurt.
You think it's smart to turn him loose like that?
Yeah. I don't want any searching parties around looking for him. I'm gonna take him out of this deal. I'm gonna do it my own way. Tonight.
I'm sorry, mister. I didn't see you coming. Honest, I didn't, mister. The hombre that's running this joint is in on the holdup.
Tim's across the border at the Garcia Rancho, where Gordon was murdered. He's looking for the killer.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Al. Guess the sheriff didn't have any luck again, eh?
I guess not.
There you are, feller. There ain't a spot on you.
Yeah?
Well, look at that hat. Hey, what's the matter? What's the orders?
Number 7.
There you are, just...
Now, listen, you rat. Get happy-handed with that towel again, I'll shove it right down your throat.
Now, listen, I told you.
Oh, shut up.
No,
This is
sorriest mess of folks I ever did run into.
Hey, there he is now.
What'll you have, stranger? Lemon soda plain.
Lemon soda plain.
You heard me.
Yes, sir.
He wasn't packing that gun when he was on the stage.
Huh?
Was he, Gus?
No.
There you, Sheriff. I knowed I'd remember who he is.
Howdy, Sheriff. Any luck catching those stagecoach bandits?
No, but I got a pretty good idea why.
Yeah? Why?
Your name John Robbins?
That's right.
The same John Robbins that spent 5 years in Folsom Prison up in San Francisco?
Somebody must have been telling your fortune, Sheriff.
He ain't denying it. I saw him when I was on the Barbary Coast, when they got him for selling hijacked goods.
You rat, get back to your swamping.
Yes, sir.
Guess what's this all about?
Oh, nothing. Sheriff here's got my number, but he's on the wrong street.
You're right, Robbins. I ain't got anything on you yet. But I don't like the way you handled that holdup. You could at least let the bandits find the jewels without handing them to them. But that kind of stuff sure ties in with his reputation.
But you can't hang a man on his reputation, Sheriff.
That's what I say. Come on, Sheriff, and have a drink. I'm gonna buy him for the house.
I'll see you later.
Come on, you ratty hands. Drink's on me.
If you're smart, Scully, you'll throw him out of there.
While he's spending his money, you know me better than that, Sheriff. Personally, I think you've got a bum steer. But since I've got $1,000 working in the other direction, I'll have the boys keep an eye on him.
Now you're talking sense.
Don't you get it? That guy ain't down here for his health.
Well, here's how.
Here's how.
I might as well comb you out of my hair right now.
Now, listen, mister. I didn't mean nothing. I was just thinking about...
About that $2,000 reward, is that it?
No, I was just thinking about the good of the community.
Good of the community. You? Don't tax your brain. Have a drink.
What? You ain't sore?
Sore about what? You did me a favor. Saved me the trouble of dishing out my calling card. Have a drink.
Give me a whiskey.
Tell him I want to talk to him out back.
You got something to say to me?
Yeah. Maybe I'd better begin by apologizing for that dumb swamper of mine. Or, maybe we both should thank him.
That's more like it. What's on your mind?
Have a drink?
Never touch it.
Guess it's smarter at that for a man in your business.
I found it that way.
So the sheriff seems to think you were in on that holdup.
I was in sort of a way. When you figure I followed that girl and those jewels clean across the country.
What I can't understand, Robbins, is why you didn't pick them off yourself.
Didn't have to. They did it for me and lugged them across the border.
But you haven't got them.
I'll get them. They'll have to come to me.
Yeah? Why?
What do you suppose a gang of cowboys are going to do with stuff like that? They'd never get rid of them.
Well, I got a market all set for him up north.
You have?
Sure. And the gang that's got him now will be a cinch to make a deal with. Well, I found out they're rustling cattle and selling for $10 a head across the border and taking all the risk. Why, it's a joke. I could get them $25 a head for them 10 miles from here. They're going to mess up their own racket like that. What do you suppose they're going to do with a flock of valuable jewels?
Wait a minute, Robbins. Sit down. I want to talk to you.
Sure. I'll talk to you.
It makes me very proud, Senor McCall, when cattle buyers from the big United States come to buy our breeding stock.
Well, of course, when we want the best, we generally know where to come.
I'm ready, senor. We will ride out and find Joe.
Good.
Chico, take Father in. He's been up much too long.
May I help you, senor?
Chico and I will manage. Gracias, senor, for your business. We will be very happy to see you again sometime.
Well, I wish you a speedy recovery.
Gracias, senor.
Shall we go?
If you're ready. Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista, senor.
Joe, we were just coming out to the range to find you. Senor McCall, our foreman, Senor Collins.
How do you do?
Howdy.
Joe, Senor McCall has come from the United States for breeding stock. He would like to pick out...
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we haven't anything that'd interest you.
But, Joe, Father said the rancho was well stocked, better than ever before.
Well, that's right to a certain extent. I was only thinking of the quality we have on hand.
Well, why don't you let me be the judge of that?
To tell you the truth, I don't feel up to taking to the range again this afternoon. I've had a little accident.
Joe, that's a bad cut. Why didn't you say so?
Oh, it's nothing serious. I was out helping the boys on the East Range with the new fence, and the wire slipped.
Well, that is a pretty bad cut. You better get that taken care of right away.
Yes, of course.
Oh, I'm sorry about the cattle, McCall. Could you come back, say, in a day or two?
Well, I suppose I could, but I hadn't planned staying over.
But of course you'll be our guest, senor. We're always happy to have visitors at the rancho.
Thank you.
There's only one man guarding the Potter herd, so get going.
Sure, it'll be a cinch.
The man Robbins I was telling you about is in the bar. He'll pick you up at the edge of town.
It's all right with me.
Tim will meet us in Yucca Pass on the Mexican side at sunup.
Well, glad there ain't no hard feelings, feller.
Oh, forget it. Take this and buy yourself a clean shirt.
Well,
Go on, beat it.
yes, sir.
All right, they're outside.
Well, I guess I'll find myself a place to bed down.
We don't want any trouble with you, Robbins, so you better watch your step.
Why don't you let the sheriff take care of that?
Chico's playing our serenade again.
Uh-huh.
But you do not even seem to hear it anymore.
I guess I've just got a lot on my mind these days.
See, I know you have much on your mind. Things you do not confide in me. Things that are taking you away from me.
Ah, don't be a little goose. Nothing has changed. And what did you tell your father about the jewels?
I told him I myself locked them up to save him the trouble. But, Joe, I can't fool him forever.
I don't know about getting them back, though, honey. We mustn't be too optimistic. Well, we'll keep on trying, but... Well, one thing, they'll have a hard time getting rid of them now that they've got them.
See, that's exactly what Senor McCall was saying this afternoon, when I promised him I would take him out on the range alone.
But you can't go out there. Well, that is, I mean... Well, why is he in such a hurry? Why can't he wait?
Joe, You're on edge. You're getting as crabby as an old woman. You're tired. That hand isn't helping any. You better go to bed. See?
I'm sorry, I'm such a crab. You run along, look in on the Colonel. I forgot to put up my horse. I'll see you and McCall first thing in the morning. Good night.
Buenas noches.
McCall, keep Rosita away from the range. They'll kill her if she sees Russell cattle mixed with ours. Tonight, they're...
Who'll kill her?
Steve Slade. He killed Marshal Gordon. He's got the Garcia jewels.
Joe! Chico! Senor McCall do this? Don't die, Joe Mio. Don't die.
Hey, that's not a bad-looking herd.
Oh, it'll be a cinch.
You lead the way and I'll tag along.
Tex, you and Gus circle left. We'll circle right. Take 'em right across the dry wash till you hit the Garcia spread on the other side of the line.
boys trail the others. I knew we'd get together sooner or later.
Yeah, I kind of thought we would. We are.
You know. All right, get down. What happened, Sheriff?
I knew you was one of that gang. Caught him rustling the Porter herd. The rest of them got away. But we'll make him talk. Inside.
That's bad, ain't it?
Yeah.
Place out the back of the saloon.
What are you doing here now? Thought you said you'd be here at midnight.
I just wiped out Joe Collins for turning yellow and threatening to squeal. Some stranger clipped me as I was getting away.
Losing that sore head of yours again, huh? Now you're in a fine mess.
Ah, it's nothing but a scratch.
Where's the jewels?
Across the border in a hideout. You and me are going after them. There's a fortune in that stuff, and we'll only have to split it 2 ways.
You're crazy. The only man who can get rid of those jewels for us is just being locked up by the sheriff.
Who are you talking about?
John Robbins.
John Robbins? You mean the Barbara Coast middleman?
That's right, and I've made a deal with him to handle all of our stuff, especially those jewels. They're dynamite for fellas like you and me to mess with.
How'd you come to get in touch with him?
Don't be a sap. He was a stranger that brought in that stage. Trailed the Garcia woman from Washington. That's why he played ball with you fellas like he did.
Boy, you sucker. I know John Robbins, and that wasn't him.
What?
I've been watching you. Now listen. You get across the border and keep your eyes on that stuff. I'll handle this phony Robbins. I'll meet you there at sunup.
Now get in there. Don't make a rumpus or I'll let you have it.
Caught him snooping around outside the door.
He would be. You and that phony partner of yours thought you were pretty smart. Come on, we'll finish him outside of town.
Wait a minute. You're messing with the United States law. And when Slade goes gunning for Buck Roberts, he's walking into plenty of trouble.
Buck Roberts?
That's what I said.
That's up to Slade. Come on, we'll tie him on his horse.
Listen, who do you think you're rousting around?
Don't start blasting here, you fool. Forget him. Let's get out of here.
So that's the plan, Sheriff. You better mess this place up and make it look real.
I get you, Marshal. I'll lay low for your signal.
I'll slip across the border and tip off the rurale captain before I get back to Scully. Have a look. find your captain?
Si, Senor Marshal. Capitan Martinez's house is that building down there at the fence. See, about Fontandial, Senor.
Thank you.
De nada, Senor.
Are you certain, Senorita, that this McCall shot Senor Joe?
See, there was no one else there, and this McCall rode off like the wind when he saw me.
What does Senor Joe say, Senorita?
He's still unconscious.
And the doctor?
He says he's not too badly hurt. Captain, you must get this McCall, but please stay away from the rancho. My father must not be disturbed.
Si, Senorita, I know. Return to the rancho. Leave this McCall to me and my rurales.
Gracias, Captain.
Hey, Buck. Buck.
Hi, killer. What do you want?
What are you doing over there? I've been scouring this whole town for you, and so is Steve Slade with both barrels.
Steve Slade? Is he in that mob?
He's Scully's partner, and they're wise to every trick we've pulled, and he's gunning for you.
The Marshal's my friend. Did you say you went to see the captain?
Si, Senor. But it's too late to cross the border.
Tim must be having trouble on this side of the line. The girl thinks he shot Joe Collins. You get going and follow Scully. I'll take care of Slade.
I don't have to. All right.
Look, hold it. Go on like I told you. He asked for it, I'll give it to him.
What's going on here? Steve Slade.
Slade? Oh, that's good, Sheriff. At last we have him off our hands. Why, there he goes.
Come shoot.
And why not? He's supposed to be your prisoner.
He's Buck Roberts, United States Marshal.
So you got Slade, eh? Just the way he asked for it. What about you?
Well, I lost the trail down there by the river.
Funny a river never stopped you before, killer.
Nope. But this is the doggonedest layout. First to there, then they ain't there. It just seemed to vanish like spook.
What about Tim?
When he ain't here, he's generally the first one on tap.
Doesn't sound like Tim. Killer, we're riding to the Garcia Rancho. Gonna find out about that shooting scrape last night.
Right you are. These monkeys have been pushing me around just long enough. And if anything's happened to Tim, I'm going to shoot the gizzards right out of that whole layout.
Now you're talking. Here comes Tim now.
Hiya, fellas.
Where you been?
I trailed Scully when you got yourself out of the jam at the saloon last night.
Where were you?
At the back door.
Huh?
I followed Slade there after he shot Joe Collins. The kid told me that it was Slade killed Marshal Gordon.
And Buck got Slade last night, so that evens that score.
What about the kid?
He's been working with that gang. They must have had him out on a limb, though, because he came through clean with me.
And Scully?
In a cave down on the back ranch. The rest of the mob's there, and they've got the jewels. I grabbed their lookout, and he's hog-tied to a tree down the canyon.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Okay, Rough Riders.
Ride again. Let's go. Now get out of here.
Put your hands in the air. I'll get him, Sandy.
Don't watch your steps. You're going to keep that polecat company.
Well, come on, get going.
Get them all, Tim?
All that's left.
Let's get busy and turn these hombres over to Captain Martin.
Captain.
I am too very proud of you, my boy.
Thank you, Colonel.
Goodbye. Adios.
Well, here's where we split again, all headed for separate trails.
Yeah. Well, Buck, your roundup's all over now. What's the matter with you fellas coming up to Wyoming and sitting a spell with me at the ranch?
Well, I can't, Colonel Tim, because I got to put a new roof on my hotel. So I'm heading back for Texas.
I guess you're riding back to Wyoming, Jim. I'm stuck down here in Arizona. So long, Rough Rider.
So long, pals.
Good luck, Rough Riders.
Here we go.
Rough Riders ride, beware. Rough Riders ride, like hell. There's a fine bunch of fighters in the land, chasing every rustler and guerrilla band. Riders watch the trail. The Rough Riders never fail. They keep law and order everywhere they go. They're not the fear of any foe.
Back already. That was the end of our double feature of Arizona Bound and Below the Border, both starring Buck Jones. Now, if you ever miss one of my shows, go to YouTube under Donald O'Malley or Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. Hit like and subscribe and you'll never miss one of my shows. Thanks again for tuning in. Stay safe. Hope to see you next time and be kind to each other. Good night, folks.
And just join in the singing. I don't know it.
Yeah, I saw you feeling it from the bottom.